Whoopi once again has been caught being even dumber than we thought. Watch as she claims blacks in America have it worse than women in Iran. Roll it, Phyllis.
Let's just remember, too, the Iranians literally throw gay people off of buildings. They don't adhere to basic human rights.
Listen, here's the thing. Let's not do that, because if we start with that, we have been known in this country to tie gay folks to the car.
I'm sorry, but where the Iranian regime is today, 2025, is nothing compared to the United States.
Hanging black people.
It's not even that. And The View, you don't need to find Trumpers. You need to fire your race baiters.
Yeah.
You need to fire the two races. You've had people. You had a McCain on there. You've had people on there before, and you ran them off. Mm-hmm. So the racist ones who want to stick to this, Whoopi and Sonny, and the, was it Bette Midler? What's her name? Broke ass Bette Midler. Fire them and bring people in. Maybe you could get McCain to come back. She was a Republican, but every show and every break, she was nearly in tears because she was being.
What happens when Whoopi Goldberg tries to share some live TV wisdom, only to run straight into Greg Gutfeld's sharp sarcasm, while Tyrus cheers it on like a ringside announcer at WrestleMania? You get pure TV chaos that's loud, wild, and impossible to ignore. One moment she's speaking with complete confidence, and the next she's blinking in disbelief, looking for a way to recover. What followed wasn't just an awkward exchange. It turned into a full-on spectacle in the funniest way imaginable. You could almost picture the internet exploding as the conversation slipped away from Whoopi, while Greg and Tyrus quickly took control of the moment. Every confident glance she aimed at the camera seemed to come right back at her.
Girls, girls, girls. Whoopi, you know you're on the very wrong side of history even when the fake Republican disagrees with you. I haven't seen Whoopi wave her fingers like that since someone offered her a salad. But apparently that's a technique for summoning the demon associated with talking out of your ass. Even Alyssa couldn't tolerate the examples Whoopi made out of thin air, or since it's Whoopi, fat air. Cat.
So the problem is that you have to go after the racist people. And if be the CEO goes, you know what, I'm not going to allow a woman on my show or man that will go after white America and talk about them like dogs. That doesn't represent our ideals or values for anyone. And get rid of those people, and this will clear up real quick. So do you have to actually look in the mirror and clean up your own backyard and get the racist people out? Because that's who you allowed in. You allowed black racist on TV who could just go all day and say anything about white people. And I guess lo and behold, they forgot that there's a lot of people at home, white people at home during the day that are not watching your show anymore. So just clean it up.
Yeah, you know.
Tyrus wasn't even trying to hide his smile. He leaned back and enjoyed every second as the moment unfolded. This time, Whoopi Goldberg was the one taking the heat. Happy Wednesday to everyone except Whoopi, who looked completely caught off guard. And yes, if you're wondering, Whoopi Goldberg's real name is Karen Johnson. The moment quickly became one of the day's biggest talking points. Cue the familiar intro. Good morning, and welcome to The View. Behind the polished set, though, the tension was easy to spot. After her 2-week suspension, the show tried to carry on as usual, but something felt different. Whoopi has always spoken with confidence, but facing Greg Gutfeld's sharp humor was another story. She struggled to keep control of the exchange, while Gutfeld stayed calm and let his punchlines do all the work. By the end, it wasn't just another TV debate, it was the moment everyone was talking about.
Hold on, Greg. First of all, I'd just like to say that for the many people that I have tied to cars, I never ask them about their sexuality.
Thank you.
Never once.
And that's very progressive of you.
Yes, happy Pride Month. Listen, I love... Whoopi's right. I mean, it's been rough for us. I mean, you saw what just happened to me in the last segment. I'm trying to talk, and all the white people are like, "Oh, it's Tyrus. I can make a phone call." You know? And it's.
How did that make you feel?
I felt very black.
Did you feel black?
Yeah,
You could almost feel the sarcasm coming through the screen, aimed straight at what critics saw as celebrity hypocrisy. No dramatic setup, just sharp jokes that challenged Whoopi's comments. Tyrus added his own reactions, making the exchange even more entertaining. As the conversation continued, the momentum shifted. Whoopi, usually confident on The View, suddenly looked like she was struggling to regain control. Gutfeld didn't need to raise his voice, his humor carried the moment, and Whoopi's responses only kept the debate going. The discussion also brought renewed attention to her past Holocaust comments on The View, which sparked widespread criticism and led to a major public backlash. Even the panel appeared surprised at the time. As criticism grew, Whoopi defended her remarks, but the controversy only became a bigger story, turning the moment into one of the show's most talked about controversies.
Yeah, that's heroically stupid. Even for The View. What did she think Hitler meant when he said master race? The 100-meter dash at the Berlin Olympics? So for the first time in The View's history, it's not about race. Just some whites exterminating 6 million other whites. So what's the big deal? Her reasoning reminds me of the guy who looks at black-on-black crime and says, that's just them doing what they do. Of course, if that callous person were me or you, we would be canceled faster than a Tinder date with Andrew Cuomo. But thanks to liberal privilege, Whoopi hangs on, which is fine since she apologized, but not before digging an even deeper hole than the one in her head.
But this time, the usual approach didn't seem to work. The internet quickly reacted, and Greg Gutfeld didn't hold back. While the debate grew more intense, Gutfeld and Tyrus focused on what they believed were flaws in Whoopi's arguments, instead of raising their voices. Whoopi defended her position, but many critics felt her explanations only added to the controversy. It was like watching someone try to recover after losing their place, hoping the audience wouldn't notice. She spoke with confidence, yet many viewers felt her points missed the mark. Meanwhile, Gutfeld and Tyrus managed to keep the conversation going from their own platform without ever appearing on The View. As clips spread across social media, many people saw the exchange as more performance than debate. Whoopi's passionate delivery drew attention, but for many viewers, it was the reactions from Gutfeld and Tyrus that became the biggest talking point.
Very black.
Did
Greg.
you feel black?
Yeah, it's worth Tyrus. Malice just started snapping
By the way,
his fingers for
thank
you.
God black people don't do that in audiences.
Yes, yeah. No, we just talk the whole time and tell you how to do your show better. Oh, that's what I get paid to do. But it's only in America can a black person sit on a TV show getting paid millions and millions of dollars to have the floor and can say, it can interrupt people because she interrupted her.
Yeah.
And if according to her, life was like in Iran, it was for black people, her interrupting and speaking in public would have led to a stoning.
Yeah.
Then came the moment that grabbed everyone's attention. Tyrus, as calm as ever, leaned in with the confidence of someone who knew the conversation had already shifted. He didn't raise his voice or put on a show. Instead, he delivered one sharp remark that quickly became the center of the debate. He argued that television has allowed some people to make divisive comments with little pushback, then questioned why audiences were tuning out. Whether people agreed with him or not, the line sparked instant reactions. Gutfeld followed with another round of satire, taking aim at celebrity political commentary and describing it as more performance than substance. He didn't rely on volume or anger. His jokes were direct, and each one kept the spotlight on the discussion. Meanwhile, Whoopi appeared increasingly uncomfortable as the exchange slipped away from her. Her expression suggested she was searching for a response, but nothing seemed to change the momentum. As the clips spread, social media filled with reactions, memes, and debates on every angle. Twitter, YouTube, and Reddit were flooded with opinions, turning the exchange into one of the biggest online conversations of the day. It wasn't just another television moment anymore. It became a viral debate that people couldn't stop talking about.
Sonny gets the game ball. If it wasn't for her, if it wasn't for her asking that question, it might have been a closer election. But when oh no, nothing really comes to mind, I was like, cha-ching. Listen, they're bitter, they're angry, they're entitled. They also should be. This should have been a reset for everyone who pushed lies and misinformation for the last. They call them Hitler, they call these things. America rejected them. And instead of coming back and saying, we lied, they instead are now doubling down. So let her keep doing it, because if she keeps that up, we're going to keep getting the Senate and probably the House and the White House, because people see right through your lies. So keep doing what you're doing.
And it didn't stop there. The internet quickly clipped Whoopi's reactions, her responses, and the awkward moments, turning them into viral posts across social media. Meanwhile, Gutfeld barely had to say a word. Sometimes letting the moment speak for itself made the biggest impact. Whoopi tried to shift the conversation back to what she believed was the moral high ground, but many viewers felt the momentum had already changed. Even some longtime supporters seemed less certain than before. Then Tyrus added another pointed comment, saying the focus should be on fixing problems closer to home before criticizing others. Whether people agreed or not, the remarks spread quickly online. Whoopi leaned back and tried to respond, but the exchange had already taken on a life of its own. What started as another political discussion had turned into one of the day's biggest media moments. She later brought Donald Trump into the conversation, making a comparison that drew even more debate and criticism. Gutfeld didn't need a dramatic response. He stayed calm, relied on humor, and let his observations carry the discussion, leaving viewers to decide for themselves who made the stronger case.
Canada, apparently they're throwing tariffs on manatee meat and bovine semen, which means The View is very unhappy. Oh.
Even as dumb as the she just said, that she has an opportunity tomorrow. They won't fire her over that.
No.
She'll have an opportunity tomorrow to come on and fix it. Will she? She won't. But that's the thing about this country. Black, white, gay, straight, short, tall. Everyone's going to get hit with something, but the beauty about this country is there's always an opportunity for you to better yourself. So shame on you, Whoopi. Play the black card somewhere else because the don't work here in America.
The criticism didn't stop there. Tyrus followed with another pointed remark, delivering it calmly but with confidence. He argued that Whoopi's credibility had taken a serious hit, and the comment quickly gained attention online. For many viewers, The View no longer looked like a normal talk show. It looked like a debate that had completely gone off track. As the conversation unfolded, Whoopi's co-host offered support, agreeing with her points and encouraging her to keep speaking. Critics, however, argued that standing by your position isn't enough if you're unwilling to address mistakes or respond to opposing views. Meanwhile, Gutfeld continued relying on humor instead of raising his voice. His jokes focused on what he saw as the show's style of debate, and many of his supporters felt they landed. He described The View as a place driven more by emotion than discussion, a line that quickly spread across social media. The audience reacted with laughter, while clips from the exchange circulated online. Whoopi answered by returning to familiar criticisms of the political right, but many viewers felt the conversation had reached a standstill. By the end, the debate had become less about changing minds and more about reinforcing positions, which is why the moment continued to spark discussion long after the cameras stopped rolling.
So that makes Sunny Hostin, who thinks climate change caused the solar eclipse, the dumbest of them all. Because everyone knows the moon caused the eclipse, which is controlled by The View's gravitational pull. All right, Kat, did you ever see such a group? It's amazing how Joy and Whoopi became the smart ones.
For me, the most shocking thing about the conversation was how truly boring it was. They're like, well, the cicadas, they're cicadas. Okay, but it was like every 100 years. No, it's every 17 years. Do you know how many Emmys this show had?
Her critics argued that she struggled to adapt as the conversation moved on. Tyrus closed with one final remark that many viewers felt landed harder than anything else that day. By then, the debate seemed to have shifted completely. Whoopi appeared quiet and reflective, with few words left to add. There was no dramatic ending, just a long pause that quickly became part of the story. Supporters of Gutfeld and Tyrus saw it as a sign that their arguments had connected, while others viewed it differently. Either way, the exchange sparked plenty of discussion online. As the cameras pulled back, Gutfeld and Tyrus stayed calm, letting the moment speak for itself. Whether Whoopi changes her approach or sticks with the same style remains to be seen. But one thing was clear, the debate had become one of the most talked about TV moments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments.